everybody, welcome. This is your boy Mars, and today I have a really nice tune for you guys. I am going to show you guys 5 of my favorite road race cars. These cars are cars that you see in a lot of the videos on YouTube or on the highway road racing and like FL2K, Texas 2K, 1320 videos and stuff like that. Right now, just like you guys see in my background, I have the Dodge Viper. Huge legendary car that's always been in the scenes. So all the cars that you're going to see have been in the road racing scene, and I'm gonna show you guys the full build for them, full tunes for them. So everybody new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and let's get right to it. As you guys see, I have the 2013 Dodge SRT Viper. Let's go right to the upgrades. Let's go right in here and let's fully build it with the original engine. So the original engine, all the cars, one of the things I want to say is all the cars are pretty much similar in horsepower. They're all going to be over 1,000 horsepower in them, and they're going to be pretty much around the same weight and an aspect, but they're just going to be real iconic cars you guys can all bring out and road race everybody else on the highway. So it's going to be real super nice on here. So as you guys see, I have the original engine. It gives you 1,220 horsepower with 990 on that torque, and it weighs 2,600 pounds. So we're going to leave that original engine, leave it rear wheel drive, and then slap in those twin turbos in there. Now let's go right over here. Let's fully build it. Let's put everything on here race, just like you guys see. The only thing I'm not going to put race is the oil and cooling, because it only gains 7 horsepower. But you gain so much weight that you don't need just for that 7 horsepower. I mean, that just makes no sense. So as you guys see, 7 horsepower there, and all that weight added for no reason. So let's not do that, and let's put the flywheel, put everything race. Suspension is going to be raced. Remember, I like the suspension to be stiff for road racing, to be lower to the ground for road racing. It's real good to maneuver through traffic. The gears shift a lot smoother, so have that race suspension on there, and everything else is going to be raced to reduce more weight. No roll cage, of course, and then full weight reducted. And then let's go right over here. Let's put everything race, real simple, as you guys see. There we go. And let's go right over here and let's put drag tires. It's real cool to use different compound tires for different events, but for this one, let's just go drag tires on there. On the front, leave them alone, and on the back, go all the way wide at 365s. Wheels, grab whatever wheels. With road racing, I personally just grab wheels that look really dope on the car. I don't grab like lightweight wheels and stuff like that, because it's your road racing, you know. You always want a car that looks super nice. So I got these Rotiform wheels, look real nice and aggressive, especially with the all black everything on the car, and they have that racing stripes on there. The size, you can leave them alone. If you guys want to go bigger on the sizes just to look a lot, you know, cooler and stuff like that, you guys can, but primarily try not to keep adding so much weight onto these cars. And then nothing with that, with the front and back bumper there. Let's go right to the tune, guys. So it does 30 on that tire pressure in the front, and then 15 in the rear. And then here goes the gears: 220, 350, 245, 185, 150, 120, and 0.95. Zero everything out in 7. Stiff at 65, and then 500s in the front, and then 1,000 in the back, dropped all the way to the ground. And then 14, 14, 6, and 6, nothing with this. And then 65 and 15, so you guys can brake boost there. And here we go at 100 and 100. So that is it. Let's take this thing outside for the highway so I can show you guys how to drive it. Hopefully it's good weather. Alrighty, let's go to the highway real quick. Car sounds super nice. So a lot of these cars are going to be pretty much around the same. They're going to be a 50 mile to 60 mile per hour pool, which that's what a lot of people prefer. So you can always brake boost a car. If you don't brake boost a car and you push down on telemetry, as you can see that you're not going to be in boosts. So the key is try to be in boost. Try to have a really strong launch. To do that, all you have to do is press down on the brake while having the gas pressed all the way down. So the gas is pretty much going to be your friend. The brake is going to be your friend because you control everything with the brake. As you guys see, I'm controlling everything with the brake. But now I have 14 pounds of boost, and then your torque is in the 900s. The key is to try to get the torque as high as you can, so that torque launches really decent off the line, and then not try to have that gear be so short that the gear just redlines really quickly. But one of the biggest things is to always try to have your gears be back to back. So after that first gear or after that second gear, all the rest of the gears have to be back to back very quickly, so the car can always stay in boost, stay in momentum, stay in that power band, and keep moving forward. So that's one of the key things to do it with road racing. But yeah, as you guys see, it's real simple. If you just line it up with somebody next to you, of course they're gonna honk about 3 times, and then you guys are just gonna race. So as you guys see, the gears are all back to back, which is a good thing. It's really good to have the gears all be back to back. You don't want them to be boggy because then it just loses the momentum on all the cars, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. So let me go show you guys the number 4 car for road racing. Alrighty guys, as you see in the background at number 4, I have the Mustang. This is an iconic car. You see a lot of Mustangs in highway road racing scenes, so I decided on getting the GT 500 because it's just such a beautiful looking Mustang out of all. And you know, you probably won't see something like this, but if you do, it'll be a rare sight to see one of these on the highway road racing scenes. But yeah, Mustang, super nice. You always see them all over the place, always road racing, you know, Corvettes and everybody else. So it's always another iconic car. So let's get right to it, guys. This car here also has really good in the power there with the horsepower. Like I mentioned, they're all going to be pretty much similar with them. So this one has 1,170, and the torque is 910 on the torque there, and it weighs a little bit heavier on the 3,200 pounds with the original engine. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to put in the twin turbos, leave it rear wheel drive, and then let's fully build it. Let's go right over here. Let's put everything on here. Race. Super. I personally love the style of this car. I don't really like how you put the car in drive and everything like that, but I do like the outside and everything on this car. Same thing, no oil and cooling. You only gain 9 horsepower, but you gain so much weight, so no oil and cooling. And then we're going to put those flywheel on there. Now let's go right over here. Let's put everything race, even the suspension. Of course, race suspension, as you guys know, I like having the suspension lower to the ground, and then full weight reducted and no roll cage, of course. Let's go right over here. Let's put everything race, just like you guys see. Very nice and simple. And let's go to the tires. Of course, drag tires. The front, leave them alone at 305s. In the back, you got 335s. You can probably pull away with a lot smaller on the back end tire, but it is, you know, for the video, we're going to go safe and just go wide on there. Got these work wheels, look so beautiful in this car, like the fitment on it with the close to the fender there, and how they look on the back. If you guys see the fitment there, just looks so nice, especially with that spoiler. So I put those wheels on there, and on the sides of the wheels, leave them alone at 20 and 20. And spacers, if you guys want to, just looks real aggressive, look close to the fender there, looks real nice. Put those spacers on there. These wheels look really good in this car, so imagine in real life, they should just look super nice. I said no, let me not take off the spoiler. I really like the spoiler on there. It gives it, you know, that GT 500 look to it, of course. So we're going to leave that on there, and that is it. Let's go right to the build, guys. So we got 30 in that tire pressure in the front, 15 in the rear, and then 220, 350, 240, 180, 140, 120, 110. It's going to be a 110 there on 6th gear, and then 0 everything out in 7, 65, 65, and then we got 580 in the front and 1000 in the back, and then dropped all the way to the ground. And then we have 13, 13, 6.5, 6.5. Everything here towards speed on that rear downforce there. Then we got 65 and 115, and 100 and 100. Let's take this thing outside to the highway and see what it does. Alright, let's take it out for a little drive here. God, this car just looks so nice with the spoiler and everything. I could imagine seeing one in person. Never seen one in person yet. But just from the look of it, it just looks super nice. Super nice. Alright, so this car is going to be the same as all the other cars, so you can brake launch them, which is real neat. All you got to do is just press the brake and the gas, so you can always launch these cars. They're all tuned up for like around a 50 to 60 mile per hour road race, so you can do it around like 55 or 50 if you guys decide on it. Got 22 pounds of boost at 900 pounds of torque coming out there, and then those gears, you can just transition them. These gears on these cars like to be a little bit longer on them, so I decided to go just a slight bit longer on them because of the way the RPMs are and the way the car moves. But majority of them are just going to be a lot shorter in the gears for you guys. But yeah, super nice car, lovely car. Remember, Mustangs are real known for the road racing scene. But yeah, you most likely won't see something like this because these are really expensive, and then to make it to tune these things up for road racing would be crazy. But yeah, you probably see like GT500s, Cobras and stuff like that, and GTs. But yeah, this was a super nice car. I just love the style of it. It's one of my favorite cars to drive around, especially with the look and everything of them. And they sound really good too. It doesn't sound too crazy on them. But yeah, hope you guys like it. Let's go to the number 3 car. Alrighty guys, so at number 3 here, I have, of course, the Corvette, guys. You guys know that the Corvette is one of my favorite cars in real life. And this Corvette here, just the everything about it, the attention to detail in this Corvette when it was released in 2019 is just out of this world. I mean, it's beautiful. The front end, the spoiler. So I decided on doing this Corvette out of the rest of the Corvettes, just because of the look. I mean, the look, and also the amount of power you get out of these Corvettes. So it's also another reason why I chose it. So it's going to be this one here, 2019 Corvette ZR1. Let's go right over here to the upgrades, custom upgrades, and let's go right to the engines. So in the engine, I chose the 7.2 liter V8. We get 1,196 horsepower. So we're bumping up a little bit on that horsepower there. But this is just an iconic car. We're going to leave it rear-wheel drive, and we're going to put the twin turbos in there. Let's go right to the engine. Let's fully build it. Super nice and easy. There ain't that many parts to put on this engine. I did not put the displacement on here with the engine block because of the power. I wanted to still keep it at the 1100 horsepower zone, so I did not do that. And I also didn't do it with the twin turbos, and I did do it here with the intercooler, so I can get it to 1,196 horsepower. So I was trying to keep all the cars, remember, I'm trying to keep all the cars similar in the horsepower there. That's why I didn't go that route and fully built it. But yeah, let's put in the race on there. Let's put everything else race, and no roll cage there, and full weight reducted there. Now let's go right over here. Let's put everything race. Real simple, just like you guys see. And let's go right over here to the tires. Drag tires. Front, leave them alone. And then in the rear, we got 355s in the rear. And wheels, I picked these wheels. I never used these wheels, but I decided, hey, let me pick them. They're like in all black. They look super cool. They're these Rotiform wheels here, so I just decided on picking these. Super nice little concave look to them. Look really nice. And then what I did is just painted the hood carbon fiber there. I got a carbon fiber hood, and the whole car is silver. It's a natural color there with the calipers all in green. And so it looks good. It looks good all around. Spacers, I put the spacers just to look more aggressive there and like flush to the fender. And that is it. That is it. Let's go right to here. I did not do anything. I love the spoiler on this car. That's what brings this car to life. As well as that back end spoiler. They're a huge, humongous spoiler. It just looks crazy. I seen one of these driving down the highway. They look so insane, especially with that spoiler in the back end there. Let's go here, guys. 30 on that tire pressure, 15 in the rear, and then 220, 370, 262, 160, 127, and 105 on 6th gear. Everything else zeroed out in 7, 65, 65, and then we have 580 and 860. And then we got all vehicle dropped all the way down, and then 12.5 front and back on that rebound, and then we have 7.5, 7.5 on that bump. Nothing with that, and then 65 and 115, and 100 and 100. So that is it. Let's take this thing outside for a little drive, show you guys how it moves. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Let's take this thing out. God, this sounds so nice too. And this is not even the original engine. The original engine sounds as good as well. They did a lot of justice to a lot of these V8s. I'm not going to lie. They did a really good job. I'm real happy with what they did with the Playground Games did. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, so same, you can just brake boost it. I have the gas press all the way down. I control everything with the brake. So as you guys see, we have 9 pounds of boost. And if you guys get it to the right point, like the right mile per hour, you'll see that the torque gets like a maximum amount of torque. So it's right there around like 55. As you guys saw, 900 pounds of torque is the sweet spot. So always trying to look around and see which one is the best sweet spot for every car. And all you gotta simply do is just let go of that brake. And as you guys see, those gears are just back to back to back on this car. Super nice, smooth gears. That suspension low to the ground just gives you that downforce that it needs, cutting through the air real nice and smooth, and just making a super nice transitioning car. Lovely car. Corvettes have always been iconic, especially for the road racing scene. Chose this car just because of the look, style, engine power, and overall, I like it. I really like this Corvette. So yeah, let's go to the number 2 car. Let's go to the number 2 car. Alrighty, guys, at number 2, yes, it has to be the Supra, guys. Supra is an iconic car that you guys see in all the road racing scenes, drag racing scenes. I mean, you name it. This car is around and will always seems like be around for a very long time. So I got this car with 1100 horsepower as well. So it evens out with the rest of the cars. It is a lot lighter. This is a lot quicker of a car, but it is something you guys will most likely use, and it's one of my favorite cars. Have been my favorite car for a very long time, and I always make one in all the games, and I always make them for road racing. Normally my road racing ones I do for in all the games, I kind of have them like a chill car. I do like a little mix of like having like a chill driving around car, but yet if you guys want to road race me, you can road race me in a Supra. Super nice car. I got the original one this time, so this is the 98 Toyota Supra ZR. I did not do the welcome back one. That one's a little bit heavier for some reason, but I did not do that one. And let's go right to the upgrades. Let's go to the custom upgrades, and as you guys see, have the original engine with 1,198 horsepower, 993 that torque, and it weighs only 2,600 pounds. So I mean, this is this is a really nice car there. Leave it rear wheel drive. Let's put the single turbo on there. And I did not put the wide body. I'm not too much of a fan on that wide body, but yeah, you can just fully build it. It's going to be certain parts I did not put, so I can get it to that 1,100 horsepower. So pay attention to the parts I did not put. Let's go right over here. These are all been pretty much raced. Let's go to the turbo, and there you go. I got a stage 2 on there on the sports turbo. So it gives it kind of like a weird little sound to it. I don't understand why they did that, but yeah. And then let's go stage 2 on there as well. and then we have the sports there on the oil and cooling, and then flywheel fully loaded there on the race on the flywheel. So that's how we got to the 1100 and 1100 horsepower there. Let's go right over here. Let's put the race brakes, and then we have race suspension, and pretty much everything else is just race. Real nice and simple, no roll cage, and full weight reducted. And now let's go right over here. Let's fully build it. Let's put everything race. Remember, we want that suspension to be pretty stiff, be low to the ground, and it'd be real nice smooth transitions back to back to back. Full drag tires on there. No width in the front. I did full width in the rear. And then I grabbed what wheels are these? I grabbed these wheels, these work wheels. So real nice. They're nice, genuine wheels. Been around for some time now. Chose those work wheels there. And then I did one of the cool things you can do that a lot of people do in real life is have the bigger tire, the bigger rim in the front and smaller in the back. So I decided to do that style of look, even though you can't see it as much from a 18 in the front and 17 in the back. But normally guys go like a 15, 16, 17 in the back there, and I have like an 18, 19 in the front. So, but yeah, it just all looks for me. It wasn't really anything to make the car performance better. Spacers, put those things on there, and then I even left the spoiler on there. I did put the front bumper on there just to look that real nice looking front bumper on there with the lip, and then I left the original spoiler on there. I did put the bumper with the bigger exhaust. That bumper there gives you like a bigger exhaust there, as you guys see. So I put that one with the bigger exhaust. I didn't even put the hoods to reduce more weight. I just like the original hood on there. So it, that's one of the best things about road racing. You guys can go more freedom on it. You don't have to just reduce the car extremely light just to be lighter than everybody else. But yeah, let's take this thing outside real quick, and let's take it to the highway so I can show you guys the brake boost and what boost we have. So you hear the little the turbo. For some reason, I don't know why they made it that way. It's just like a little beep. Oh man, you gotta love a Supra, guys. You have to love a Supra, man. It's just the overall look of these cars, and there's so much justice with it. Alrighty. So remember, brake boost. Press the gas all the way down. You control your miles per hour with the brake. Now we're looking at 29 pounds of boost, and that torque is screaming at 900. Look at that, 970. Let me see, 980 at 49 miles. There you go. Yeah, that's what it's looking at. So around 40. You can always do like a 50 on there. A nice little 50 with somebody honking 3 times. And this thing is just taking off, man. I mean, all the gears are the same distance from each other, back to back to back to back, and then just smooth distance from transitioning back to back to back with these cars. Super nice. Hope you guys like this one. This is, oh my god, I just love the Supra. But yeah, let's go to the number one. Another iconic car you guys are gonna really like. Oh man, here it is, guys. At number one, yes, Lamborghini. Lamborghini has been extremely dominant in the road racing scene, especially like in Texas. These underground racing guys have these Lamborghinis doing some incredible numbers. 2,400 horsepower you see in Lamborghinis, just pulling on highways like no tomorrow, lifting up from the front end. Lamborghinis have been such an iconic car, and there is nothing as beautiful as this right here. These Gallardo Superleggeras, they are so beautiful. They've always been, ever since, for a very long time for me. And this is one of the iconic cars that I would, shoot, man, if I could, I would. Beautiful car all around. So I decided on saying, hey, this car has always been around the scenes right now. Real popular. And the weight and the horsepower is pretty much similar as well to the rest of the cars. So I decided on doing it on this car here. Let's go to the upgrades. Let's go right over here to the custom upgrades. And let's go right over here. So I had to do an engine swap with a V12 in it so I can get more horsepower from it, which I got 1,191 horsepower. Torque is 623, weighs 2,600 pounds. And then I left it all-wheel drive, that's at the come, and then I did the twin turbos on there. So let's go right over here. Let's fully build it. Let's put everything. Well, I think I might have not fully built it, but yeah, just look at all the parts that I put on here, so you guys can do the same exact parts to get the same exact on the horsepower there. And did I? Yeah, it looks like I did. It looks like I put every single thing on there, race. So that's how I got to that 1,100 horsepower there. And as you guys see, race on the suspension all the way around. Let's go right over here. No roll cage and full weight reducted. And now let's go like that. Let's go right over here. And yep, let's put everything on here, race. Super nice. Just like you guys see. There we go. It's like I am extremely excited to tune that Hurricane Evo. They're about to release to us the Hurricane Evo, and I am super excited. I really want to tune that car so bad. So you guys saw no tire width in the front, full tire width in the rear. And then whatever wheels you guys like that are just light, I think I picked these right here. These Works, super nice deep dish wheels, and all black, look really nice and aggressive on this color. The color is an original color, of course. That green, lime green color is super nice. And then no spacers on there or size of the wheels as well. Nothing with this at all. Yeah, so we're not going to do nothing with that. And let's go right to the tune, guys. Tune is 1515, 3, 370, 265, 2, 150, 120, and 1. Zero everything out in 7, 65, 65. And then we got 514 and 800 in the back, dropped all the way down to the ground. 14, 14, 6, and 6. Nothing with this, 100, 0, 100, 0, and an 85 there. So almost all that power there towards the rear there. Super nice. Let's take this thing outside. Alrighty guys, we are outside. Let's take it out for a nice little spin there. Iconic, the underground racing. I mean, they make some crazy Lambos. I wonder how this will do against that Supra. It's all-wheel drive. It might take off on the Supra, but I think the Supra might catch up to it. I don't know. It should be a real close race between this and that Supra. My number 2 Supra that I did. That's why I decided on these cars, because the power is so close to each other. It's super nice. Alrighty. Same thing, guys. Brake boosted. Look at that sandstorm over there. Looks crazy. At here, so we got 50 pounds of boost, and then we can launch it a little bit lower there. We can do like a 50. This is all-wheel drive. I mean, you can even do like a 20 if you wanted to. But yeah, it's going to be majority of them are going to be between 50 and 60 miles per hour. Just look at those gear transitions, guys. Those gears are back to back to back. That works a little bit slightly longer because of the 5th and 6th. But man, those gears are just back to back to back to back. Majority of you guys are going to race these cars from like a 50 to 170, 180. So it's not, you guys are not going to race to like 200 to top end speed or anything like that. Primarily it's going to be those kind of speeds. But yeah, man, this is the #1 favorite car of mine. An iconic car that you always seen around in all of the underground racing cars and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe, enjoy, and I will see you guys around with another drag tune video. So everybody, bye bye now.